What is going on, YouTube Nation? This is Darth Dividend. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. So one of my favorite monthly dividend stocks, I'm going to post a stock and dividend analysis on. I really haven't followed up on the stock and discussed the strategy that I have with this stock, but it is one of my favorites. I will continue to reinvest the dividends. I'm going to show you what it is right now. That stock would be Globalx Nasdaq 100 covered call ETF sitting at $22.80. Now, I have this stock on my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. The symbol is QYLD. And this stock, I put this in my M1 Finance dividend portfolio because it's a very unique monthly dividend stock that I really like, and I'm going to continue to reinvest in. And I will show you why I have this stock. I'm going to show you its dividend history. When you look at ETFs, you want to know what's in the ETF that makes it a very special ETF. There's certain type of stocks that are diversified. You know, you have a technology ETF, a high yield dividend ETF, ones that try to follow the stock market or try to beat the market. There's just a lot of ETFs. So let's look at Nasdaq 100 covered call ETF by Globalx real quick. And you know what? One more thing before I jump to this. You always want to know about the expense ratio. So we're going to go over the expense ratios as well. So first of all, when you look at an ETF, the one big thing I look at an ETF, sure, it has done well against the S&P, but when you see Morningstar rating 4 or 5 star, I love it. It is top notch. Morningstar does an incredible job reviewing ETFs. So when I look at an ETF, so I usually tell you about my dividend stocks. Are they in demand? What can I get out of it? How is it done against the S&P as it increases dividend? ETFs, you got to be a little bit more in depth because you need to know what you're getting yourself into. You also need to know what the holdings are. Okay, it has 103 holdings. The expense ratio is 0.66%. Vanguard has a very, very low expense ratio. That's why it's a very popular ETF. This is a little bit high at 0.66%. But the Morningstar rating is what I really like about QYLD. Let's look and see what this ETF covers. Okay, so these are the holdings that Globalx Nasdaq 100 covered call ETF covers. A lot of these stocks are very pricey. Okay, so that's the nice thing about this ETF. Apple's one of them. Apple's very pricey. Microsoft. Now, Amazon does not distribute a dividend, nor does Tesla, Facebook, Alphabet. But you have some of these guys part of the pie or this ETF, which is really cool. So you own part of this company, which is very nice within your exchange traded fund. I'm just going to look at some of these companies and go a little bit slow, and it's very well diversified with a lot of these stocks that it owns. Apple, like I said, Facebook, Alphabet. So if Facebook takes a hit, Alphabet can cover, or Google can cover. PayPal takes a hit, Amazon will cover for it. So that's the nice thing about an ETF. If one company takes a big blow, say like Costco has a recall and their price per share goes down, Starbucks will cover that. Now, Netflix is another stock, and Comcast. So another thing that is interesting, I did a stock and dividend analysis video on Pepsi, and I compared it against Coca-Cola, and my argument was that Pepsi was way more expensive than Coca-Cola. So you can buy Coke when it's down, eventually it'll be the price of Pepsi. But Pepsi's a great dividend stock. That's going to be on my radar. Eventually, they're going to be in my dividend portfolio. Pepsi owns so many companies, it's ridiculous. I mean, they're just acquiring more and more companies. Now, PayPal, I mean, everybody uses PayPal now. I mean, look at the price per share on that. I mean, it's just blowing up. So this is a very well diversified ETF, a very strong ETF, okay, which I really like. Workday, wow, Marriott, Kraft Heinz. If Kraft Heinz takes a blow, Kraft Heinz is also on my radar for my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. Everybody likes their mustard. Everybody, they have a lot of condiments that they sell, and a lot of things that are in demand. Look at Moderna. Moderna, I have posted numerous videos on Moderna. They take a hit, then what? The other guys will cover for them. So it's very high right now, but at the same time, it could take a blow. So, Regeneron's another one. If they go down, they may, you have the other ones to cover for them. EA Games, that's a big one. Very popular company. Peloton, that's another one. Very, very nice, powerful, diversified portfolio. And it's only $22 and it distributes 11% dividend. That's really cool. So I really like that. And Fastenal, I have them in my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. So this looks like a very well and powerful eBay. I had those guys. eBay, I think I'll eventually add to my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. Once I get to 100,000 and maybe I get to 200,000 or 300,000, I need to have growth stocks that will increase their dividend over time and increase their price per share. Right now, I'm getting a little aggressive, getting those stocks that distribute a 5% dividend yield. But eBay is one that will slowly go up. And don't forget, I didn't even realize that Cintas was on this as well. So a very well diversified ETF. The expense ratio is 0.66%, but that's not too bad at all. So I'm going to jump to its dividend history and show you how it's looking. And I'm going to show you how many shares I own and what I plan on doing. So if you look at August 21st, 2019, it was 22 cents, and then 925, September 25th, 2019, it was at 21 cents and 17. So this is a stock that, I wouldn't put my Roth or traditional IRA. This is a stock that I want income. I want money. I want it to distribute monthly dividends so I earn cash. So remember, QYLD is a stock, in my honest opinion, is about the Benjamins. It's about the money. It is 11% dividend yield, which I think is not too bad. It's just very good for my M1 Finance dividend portfolio, which I'll jump to. And I'll show you why I have this and what I plan on doing with it. So it's a little up, how would I say it? It's like a wave, here and there, up and that, here, up and here. It's not like extremely volatile, but hey, 20 cents, 22 cents, pretty consistent in the 20s right now, starting at May 2020. So this can help me out in the future with my dividend portfolio. Now let's look at M1 Finance. So with my M1 Finance dividend portfolio, which I refer to as the Death Star, I have earned $325.97 on dividends. Now I'm up 69.89% in my return, but this is what I like about QYLD. I have 25 shares right now. I have lowered it a little bit in the percentage of my portfolio, which I'm going to jump back up in a second. But the reason why I have it at 1% is I want to get LTC up and SPHD slowly to go back up. These two are my very good ETFs to help me with my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. Eventually, these guys will increase. These guys will be around the 20s, like I said, kind of like a wavelength. And these guys right here, okay, if I can get to 100 shares of QYLD, I'm going to be like just kicking some ass and just buying more shares. My goal for QYLD is to get more shares, buy more shares for these guys, so that these guys will eventually start buying more QYLD, and it's this wheel is just going to start spinning, and it's going to be very exciting. It's just going to keep on going. So they're going to start buying more shares. So look at my funding history. About $9,000 I put in, but with my activity, okay, SPHD, gain, these stocks, QYLD is going to be coming back in a second. Let's go there. QYLD is getting me about $5.72. Passive income, okay? Now what I can do is throw out my E-Trade dividend portfolio as well. I haven't ruled that out, just having it there, reinvesting the dividends, and just buying more shares of QYLD, because my long-term goal is to make $1,000 to $3,000 a month on my monthly dividends. So to treat that as a retirement pension, QYLD will definitely help me get to that and have a goal to earn that amount of passive income and just ride on the dividends. It's not going to help me, it's not going to go to the moon. It's not going to probably, go to 35 cents. I'd be really shocked if it goes up to 35 cents dividend distribution. It's not going to do that. It probably won't. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. If it did, that would be fantastic. It would buy more shares for me. But it has not done that. So what I need to do is just buy more. I want to get at least 25 shares in Pfizer, AT&T, and Coca-Cola before I start making more ambitious moves and focusing on my monthly dividends. They are going to help with my quarterly dividends, but I really want to what I'm considering is not just having it on here, but E-Trade as well, so I can reinvest dividends, get some powerful dividends in the long run. I mean, if I can get to $100 a month in QYLD, I will be golden, okay? I think that's my long-term goal, is to at least get to $100 on QYLD and start doing some damage. So that's one of my goals. QYLD is to at least get to $100 a month. I think that's highly possible. I think that's rational. As long as I reinvest the dividends and see the ETF balance and their percentage of shares. Apple ain't going anywhere. Google isn't going anywhere. So these stocks are going to help QYLD distribute its monthly dividend. So that's the plan. And again, Google doesn't distribute a dividend, but since it's inside this ETF says, or whoever funds this, that you're going to get 10-11%. So that's going to help in the long run. So thank you again for watching this video. If you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. I don't believe in charging people to watch information, so I don't really have a Patreon account. But all I ask you to do is smash that like button, share this on your social media with your friends to learn how to earn passive income and spread the word. That's all I ask for. I don't want you guys... I don't believe in charging. So I may have a tip thing, if you feel like tipping me, thank you. Honestly, every tip dollar I get, I'll just throw it in my M1 Finance portfolio. That's the only thing I'll do with it. I will not spendthrift it. It's kind of like an appreciation thing. So I might add that on my channel, but it's only going to be to grow the Death Star. It's not going to be anything else. I'm not going to be spending it on booze. I'm not going to be spending on that. I'm going to be, if you do tip me, I do plan on putting that in my dividend portfolio on here to get to 100,000. I would appreciate it. I'm not telling you to do it, but if you feel like doing that, thank you so much. Like button is just as good as well. So thank you again. Go Browns. My buddy Frank that is on my channel let's see what they do. I mean, this is going to be very interesting, and this will make or break the Brown season. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to wear my Chubb jersey and go from there. We'll see what happens. So, when you think of Nick Chubb, he has that grind mentality. When you invest in your dividend portfolio, you got to have that grind mentality. You got to keep on going. You get more motivated as things go on. That's how I kind of like to, that's what I like about Chubb. He's a grinder. And when you guys invest in your dividend portfolios, you're grinding and churning, getting that wheels churning on your M1 finance portfolio, your dividend portfolio. So just think of that mentality and go from there. So post another video tomorrow after my shift. And that's some of the changes and what I've earned on M1 Finance. I actually have earned some pretty nice dividends recently, and I'm going to discuss that. So thank you again. Have a nice Sunday. I know over here in Ohio, the weather looks terrible. So what are you going to do? Welcome to Ohio. So have a good one. And then that Ohio State win was phenomenal against Clemson. So it was a good weekend. So take care and have a good one.